remember how much, but I saw it.
Is that because you're taking more pride in trying more, or is that is it a concerted effort for you this year?
Yeah. I think it's way more effort, than last year's. But it's just, I think it's way more effort.
So when last season ended, and you guys don't make the playoffs, you're disappointed. I say this all the time, Luka. And I lived through it with you actually. Getting traded midseason, roster turnover, all that stuff. It's hard. You guys lose Jalen. Don't get anything back for him too. And then the Kyrie trade happens. We'll get to that. The Kyrie trade happens. And it's it's tough to build chemistry, and both you guys at times were in and out. You didn't play a ton together at the end of last season. So last season ends. You're aware, it sounds like, of some level of negativity and perception of you.
Should be.
What was your sort of mindset and approach then for the offseason? Even coming into this season? What did you want to prove? What did you want to get better at?
After the season, I was looking forward to the national team, honestly, every summer. But coming into this year, I knew we need to make a point. And like I said, we started great. But then some injuries happened. We need to make a playoffs. With that roster, we need to make a playoffs. Obviously, the West is stacked, super stacked. You have everybody playing good. But yeah, I remember that, like I said, the 2022 playoff run, that was fun, man.
You want to get back to that?
Yeah, that was really fun. It was so competitive and so much fun that I want to go back. Super fun playoffs, man.
I said this the other day, and I meant it. And I think I've told him this to his face, so it's not a big deal. Did you have any idea Jalen Brunson would be this good?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
I would say one game that really was impressive on that playoff run. We lose the first game against Utah. I don't play the first 2-3 games.
I think it was the first two, but...
First two, yeah.
We can fact check that.
Maybe 3. I don't think I played the first one either.
Oh, right, because you got the win. Yeah, you stole the win and you got to sit out again.
So that second game, if we lost that second game, it would be tough to come back. We 0-2, and then we have 2 in Utah. So that second game, I think he had 45, something like that. It was a tough game, and we needed a win no matter what. And that game was really impressive. I was just on the bench watching, wow, this guy's amazing. But just starting the first we got together, the way he worked out every day, coming back in the afternoon, it was just amazing to play with that guy.
I watched him as a competitor, and I was his teammate. I think that was one of the things that stuck out with me was how serious he takes his craft. By the way, this is totally random. So I went to the Knicks game last night. And I'd left early because basically, they were playing the Grizzlies. Yeah. And Jalen is phenomenal. Jalen Brunson, since Villanova, really, but certainly since he got in the NBA, if he dribbles up the right sideline, and goes to a DHO with a guard, he's going to keep it.
Yeah.
He's going to keep it, right?
Every time.
Every single time. So the Grizzlies last night, they're playing some 10-day guys, some two-way guys,
they
right?
have a lot of injuries.
The kid Vince Williams, by the way, is really good, but a lot of injuries. Young guys too, right? I think Luke Kennard,
Rose was playing, right?
Saldama, Derrick Rose played some. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I think for not young guys. I'm sitting across from their bench, and they take the ball out, and Tibbs yells, 7 keep. He yells the word keep.
Yeah.
If I can hear it, all the Grizzlies players can hear it. And Jalen dribbles up the right side
and keeps it.
and keeps it and gets a wide open layup.
He always keeps it.
He always keeps it. Do you watch the NBA? Do you watch every night, or do you take time to get away from the game?
So. I watch football.
Yeah.
EuroLeague.
But you just have an innate understanding. For a young guy, when you came into the league, did you get scouting reports? Did you get people's tendencies?
Yeah, I had. my first year, I had to watch almost the whole film before practice, like movie, 1 hour at least.
Really?
Yeah, my first year.
Was it more personnel or was it more just like clips?
It was both.
Both?
Yeah, it was personal, how other people play, like how other people play on defense, everything, basically everything. But then after my first year, not so
figured it
much.
out. You downloaded everything. Everybody always talks about how like great players. I say this all the time on a broadcast. I'll be in coaches meetings before a broadcast, and coaches will be like, "Oh, you know, we got Jokic tonight, and we're going to give him multiple looks or whatever." And sometimes they don't give him multiple looks, and he shoots 22 times and he scores, right? But I do believe great players, you have to mix up coverages. What always amazes me is how quickly you guys can process that and make reads on the fly.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it the first possession? If a team's in a drop for 10, 11 pick and rolls, and then they come to a blitz,
yeah,
you know exactly what to do.
yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not that hard.
Oh, I know, but like last night, I assume you knew going into the game, Brooklyn switches almost as much as anyone in the NBA against pick and rolls. I think they actually might switch the most against pick and rolls.
I think on the scouting report was first.
So did you watch film beforehand being like, all right, when Claxton's on me?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. I love you so much.
That was my first year. We watched the Tim film.
Is there anything that surprises you now
What do you mean?
in terms of coverage?
I think I've seen it all.
You've seen it all.
Yeah. Boxing one, blitz, half court trap.
Who ran a box and one against you?
Toronto, I think.
Toronto?
Yeah.
With Nurse?
No, this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes?
Yeah, it was twice this year. I don't remember which either. But yeah, with Nick Nurse for sure.
I do find it fascinating, the processing speed.
I mean, it's easy. You know, you just play 4-on-4 basketball. Sometimes I just stay at half court and the guys to my face.
And the guys
so the other play just play 4-on-4. There's even more space.
Do you decide beforehand, like if you know a team's going to blitz, like the Hawks game, they blitz the most in the NBA, right? Do you have a different mindset about the game? If you know, like last night, the switches or last night or Hawks game, they're blitzing. Do you go into a game thinking anything differently? Yeah,
I think when they blitz, you know, it's easier for our team to win because when I blitz, I take it out more of the pick and roll, so the other guy has a long way to go. So it's basically 4-on-3 basketball. So it gets other people going, which is better.
Yeah,
I think every time they blitz, I mean, the more times they blitz, we won more games.
That's interesting. I'm gonna look that stat up.
Well,
you're a big advanced stat guy, I can tell.
No, definitely not. You're in the analytics now.
I'm not. Why? You don't think I was as a player? You don't think I was studying this shit as a player?